Our first target is to define the projector screen size as per given screen diagonal size and its aspect ratio. We will create this as an object in Archicad by using Paramo. Let's start now defining the new object by using Paramo. So just go to the pull-down menu file. From there, libraries and objects, and then from there you can just go and say either you can go inside the Paramo manager or start with a new object or edit an existing object. So I am going to obviously start with a new object. Now here what will happen, you will get this particular one dialog where you can communicate or you can write your script for the Paramo. So at present, I'm going to slightly reduce this area so we can start even little bit concentrating on this backside notes or tips which we are considering. Now the first thing is as our target is to define the screen size, but we have to work with step by step. So first step is supposed to be if we are aware of the screen width to height as a ratio, how to find out that is the ratio between these two. If my screen is given as a 16 and for its width and 9 as for its height, what will be the ratio? If the same screen width and height is changed, the ratio aspect ratio will change. So our target is to define this particular equation in Paramo. So how to work for that? Remember all the parameters and the shapes and all these kind of different nodes which are available over here. With these help of these available nodes, you can define your script, and that according to your script, the object will get executed in the preview. Now, in the couple of first steps, nothing will get displayed over here because we are not immediately creating any 3D object. First of all, we are creating the environment, which will be helpful or which you can say needed to generate that object. Okay, so now my first target is to define this my width and the height. So these are nothing but inputs. So input in terms of number. So you can just double click on, so just identify that input group and inputs in that the number. So you can just double click on this, or even you can double click on the empty part of your the script area and you can start typing that required say your node name. Archicad will list out that. I'll show you that later. Just double click over here right now. So this your first node got added. Now to rename this node and its value, you just double click on this blue strip or you give a right click for the mouse and get the context menu, and from there you can go for the node setting. In the node setting, we are going to redefine this as my screen width. But it's a ratio related, it's not actually end product, so it's a ratio. Now this entire thing I would like to keep on changing as per my need. The screen ratio will change, aspect ratio, so width and height related values are going to change. So I'm going to create this parameter at the time of defining the object. So I'm going to say true because true will create the parameter. Yes, I want to create the parameter. False, no, I'm not interested to create the parameter for the listing. Calculation wise it will be considered, but for the listing at the time of defining the object, whether you want to see that or not. Anyway, now I'll just try to give the, see remember this is the node name which will appear over here on the script, but when you say create the parameter, that time the parameter name is very important. If you just ignore this, then this variable one, which is by default their name, will come over there, which will be very abstract. So I'm going to put my sim name over here. The value will be obviously you can give any required value as a ratio, it's a number. So I'm going to say 16, it's a number, remember it's not length because we are not considering the length as our input, we are considering this as a number, it's just a value. Okay, and the step for the increment, so if in case you want to increase this by every point not 5 digit, you can go for that. Say okay and you will see how this is how your first node is redefined. Now how to create the next option, that is the height. Okay, the parameter for the height. So either if you want to copy this, you can select this, hold the control key and start dragging, you will see that copy is generated for you. So that's also valid, or you can double click on the same thing and you can get it and rename it also. Now I'm just double click to open this node setting, and instead of width I'll say height. Same thing I'll change over here also, correct? And now here it will be 9 as a height. So I'll say okay for this. Now what we want to find out, the aspect ratio. That means this width will get divided by height. So your new, what you can say, the new node parameter which you want to define was from the calculations, mathematical calculations, you want to work with the divide option. So either you take it from here or you just double click on the empty part of your this script area and see there as divide. Okay, so division. Now this division is there. We'll rename this. We will call this as a screen aspect ratio. So it will be easier for us to recollect for what reason this is created. Okay, its icon is constant, that you can't change. So from that you can identify which particular this node belongs to which what you can see of the node, you can say definitely, or what I can say in a simple manner. Anyway, so my 16, which I'll start dragging my pick the button, that is node you have to connect. No? So this node is getting connected to A. So this is the connection, and same way I'm going to generate the connection between my height and this B parameter. So now remember, if in case something goes wrong, this blue color will convert it into red, so that you should understand the entire red thing is getting displayed instead of blue, and that means something is wrong with this particular node. Fine. So now this is supposed to be my first part. This is aspect ratio I was able to identify. I'm going to actually create group of this. So just select all of them in a one go and put Control G. You will see that group is generated. You can double click on the group word so that you can rename this. So maybe this is my screen aspect ratio group. So I'll just put this as a screen aspect ratio group. Remember, it's not a compulsion that you have to create a group. I'm just creating them for my convenience, so it will be easier for me to work and find out for what reason this particular nodes were collected or added. Now the next part is, you have nothing will get created, remember, because there is no 3D element we have added. We are just preparing for the end product to achieve the correct end product. Okay, now the next step is we want to find out the hypotenuse from the available screen width and height ratio, and obviously even we are willing to find out the angle also. So these two values will be helpful later when you go ahead and you will realize how it is working. So now to find out the hypotenuse, it's a trigonometry equation. That is, if you call the screen width as a that is small a, then screen height as a small b, and hypotenuse as a c, small c. So this is nothing but a square plus b square is equal to c square, and then c is equal to root of a square plus b square. So that's nothing but in current case 16 square and 9 square. So that comes as a 337. The root of that is 18.36. So this is the current, what you can see, the end product which you will be getting, which you are not going to see anywhere. You're just going to write the equation, that's it. So how to define the equation now? The a square and b square. So you have those values available, this width and height. So a and b, it's square. So at present I know that there is no square direct option. Square root is there, but no square. So I'm going to use this simple combination known as a multiplication. With the multiplication, what I'm going to do a simple task, that I'm just going to add this a field, that is my screen width ratio. I'm just going to add it twice. Okay, so same value is multiplied by again with the same number, so it's become a square. And here I can say that see screen width square. Okay, so same manner I can even generate one more field. So you can just, it's already selected, hold a control key and start dragging, you'll get the copy of this. And for this you can put this to, correct? Okay, so it's just a drag and drop. Later I'll show you, if in case you make some mistake while connecting, you have a choice how to remove the connection. Say for example, if something went wrong, that by mistake you have added this and this, so you are not interested. So you can even drag and take the new one again, or otherwise just leave a right click over here and say disconnect, and you just choose which option has to be get disconnected from this node, and so on. Or otherwise there's a one more possibility, that if in case if you stay on that particular connection node, and which you want to shuffle or you want to move that, so you stay there with the mouse, and remember, I can just hold my control key down and then start dragging. But remember, now both the things are getting lifted, so it's of no use right now because it will be very critical. Instead of that, it's better I should try to do the thing again. Say for example, now this is already AA is calculated, this has to be for B. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just start dragging again from here, and I'll put this as a B. Correct? Now if you want, and this will get renamed as screen height square again, remember. You can then place them as per your choice. Okay, good. So these two can get addressed as a group again, and we'll call this as a hypotenuse group. Okay, so let's try to change the group color for a while. So we have just made the square of this. So now the next part is to okay. So make sure that once you have created the group, it's time to now go for the further calculation. That is nothing but a square plus b square, because the squares are done. Now what? How about adding them? So double click, say add, addition. Okay, and now these two values will get added. A will get added and B will be get added. Correct. Okay, I'll show you how to add this into group now. Now this added value is square root you want to check out. So if you just scroll over here, you will get the square root option is available, or otherwise you can type also from double clicking. So I'll just drag and drop. This is also valid. So now this value I am going to create over here. So now you must have realized we have come to this C value, okay, because square root of the earlier value. So now you have already come to this C, that is hypotenuse we have calculated. Now how to add these two in this group? Very simple. I'm just selecting them, and you just give a right click and say the grouping. You will say add to group. There are two groups now. One is screen aspect ratio, other is hypotenuse. Obviously I'll add them into hypotenuse group. You will see now it is added. As we were able to identify the hypotenuse length, now we are going to continue for the finding out the angle capital E. This is the angle which you want to find out. So the equation is sine inverse theta is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse. Again, it's a simple trigonometry function that we are available with the height and the hypotenuse both. So how to find out this angle? Because this angle which will be useful for us in future, because we are not aware of what will be the length and the width of the screen. Sorry, that is width and height of the screen, we can say. But we will be giving the aspect ratio, and from that aspect ratio, and plus we will be having the length of the diagonal length also. So from that we will be always identifying this angle, because with the help of that we can find out the height of the screen. Our equation is sine inverse theta is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse. So theta is equal to sine inverse of opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So let's try to place this. So what I'm going to do, obviously you should remember now there's a height is available, correct, that is opposite side, and the hypotenuse is also we have computed recently. So we are going to do the division first of all. So I'll just double click, put divide, division. And the division here, you can mention that this is a division between opposite side by hypotenuse. Okay, and this is nothing but you should remember first opposite side. So my first field is opposite side. This is the screen height. So let me first of all join this from here to here, and this will get divided by my hypotenuse. So this is what I'm going to do. Correct. Now remember, this has to be get converted. We want to identify the angle, so that is nothing but by using this inverse of the sine. So if you just scroll over here in the trigonometry group, you will get that product known, or the what you can see, parameter or the node known as a arc sine, which is inverse. Sine is normal and this is the inverse one. So I'll just double click over here, and remember, it's a simple thing. Now you just have to plug this value into this. That's it. Okay, so inverse of this value has sine inverse value is identified, and this angle was actually achieved. You can make group of this also. So we'll give the group name as angle A, just to identify, or if you want to type that theta, you can also add that as per your choice. Maybe we'll try to change the color. Now the next step is supposed to start working for our end product. That is what we will be provided with. As you know that always the diagonal length of the screen, that is hypotenuse, and the angle which we can identify with the help of the aspect ratio which we are providing. And from that we will be first of all computing the height of the screen, and then we will be computing width of the screen. So to find out the height of the screen, which we will be working by using this trigonometry rule, that is opposite side is equal to sine theta into hypotenuse. Okay, so again this time you will be using the sine function, correct? So this is my sine function, and this is nothing but your previous theta. This was your previous sine. So if you want, you can rename this, that this is supposed to be my angle A, correct? And in the bracket, if you want, you can maintain this earlier name if you want, if you're getting confused for some reason. Okay, so this is nothing but you want to convert this value, this angle you will be putting as to find out the sine of that. Okay, and the hypotenuse should be multiplied to this so that we can get the height. So this time the hypotenuse will be a length, and that is nothing but diagonal length of the screen which you are going to type. So this is a new field, and that's related to the name. Input is a length, so I'm going to put length over here, and we will rename this as a screen diagonal length. Okay, obviously you can copy this, make this as a true parameter, so it will be visible to edit on in your dialog box from the object tool. The value you decide. For example, I'll take as a 2.4 meter. This again, remember, it works in a metric, so you please type this as a 2.4 meter. See, it's nothing but you have some predefined sizes like maybe 1.8 meter, 2.4 meter, etc. Or if you want to identify them in terms of 8 inches, then 36-inch screen, or 42-inch, or maybe 96-inch, and so on. So that's the reason the value I'm right now putting over here as a meters. Later you can change it as per your choice. Step is nothing but the increment value, which while editing over here we can use it. So I'll just try to put 0.01. It's optional and it's your choice again. So now this was supposed to be these two options are available. So now what is the good thing which we have to do? We have to do the multiplication of them. So this is going to be multiplied, and this will give me the height of the screen height, I can say. Okay, so we are going to put A and B together. Right? Now this total thing, three of them, I can select and I can make group by giving the name as screen height group. Okay, let the color as it is. Okay, now it's time to put these things and get the end product on screen, like step by step. So we need some 3D element first of all. So from the shapes, the block is something which is suitable at present. So I'm just going to double click. You will see now the block got generated by default. This is a by default shape. So if you zoom and if you check out, this is my block. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to rename this, that this will be my screen actually, correct? And it has to be visible. If I say false, you will realize if I say okay, this will disappear. So don't do that at present. Let it be visible on screen. Then pen number for its ages, of course, you can rename or redefine it by using this override button. Same way for the surface, that is appearance. I'll override this with the white. Size, that is what we are going to define from the parameters. So let's start now joining the parameter. The first parameter which we have defined, that we'll try to join now. That is nothing but my screen height, that is Z, X, Y and Z, or Z, which you call. So from here, I'll just trying to push this over here. You will see now it's slight change. That is what natural 2.4 and related things were showing the impact. So as the height was defined, now it's time to talk about the thickness. That is, if you check, this is supposed to be my y parameter, which I'm going to talk about now. So that also have to define. So I'm just going to use this length option, double click, and again over here I'll double click and I'll just say screen thickness. Correct. This will not get displayed on in the parameter list. It will be just directly will be implemented, and for that reason I'm keeping this as a false, and the value over here I'll keep this as a 0.05, that is the 50 millimeters, and the increment I can see 0.001. Fine, so this is my screen thickness, so this will be the y value. Now this is how it is working. And the last step now, that is width. So to define the width, if you check out, it is already mentioned that if you want to find out the width, we have written over here that screen height into aspect ratio. And the aspect ratio, if you check out, it is already we have identified by this first equation which we have written. So what we are going to do is we are going to double click over here and say multiply, that is multiplication, and this multiplication is nothing but to define the screen width, correct? So the screen width will get defined with the help of height and aspect ratio. So if you just check out, this aspect ratio is still not utilized. So I'm just going to use this, okay, from here to here. If you're not able to get this on screen properly, you can just please try to adjust your see this dialog box for your comfort. So I'm just going to drag this and this. First of all, let me change the screen. Okay, from here to here. Okay, from here to here. So check out. This is supposed to be my screen aspect ratio, and that is connected for the screen to compute the screen width. So multiplication of screen height into aspect ratio, and this entire set or this value will affect to my z, sorry, x. So this is how I was able to achieve my screen. So let's try to find out. Now, if you want to club these remaining three things and you want to make some group of that, it depends on your convenience. Okay, so if you say that maybe you are interested to define the group of these three to keep this as your final screen, product, you can. Otherwise, it's not a compulsion that every time you have to create a group, nothing like that. So that solely depends on you. So let's try to save this, let's try to insert this and see how it works. So I'm going to say OK for this. When I say OK, ArchiCAD is going to ask me for some suitable name. But prior to that, just make sure that you have done the correct exercise. So aspect ratio group, these are the two numbers. They are getting divided to find out the aspect ratio. Hypotenuse group also we have defined with the a square and b square. Addition to that, square root. From there, the angle which we have identified, that is nothing but your opposite side and hypotenuse. So my hypotenuse which we have calculated and the opposite side was available. And from that we have been further for my, so that angle which we have computed, that we are supposed to use to find out the screen height. Screen height was given with the diagonal and the sine of that, so angle, so its multiplication. And from there we have put this value as z or z. And then screen thickness is solely a different parameter again which we have added. And the screen width, sorry, I've done a spelling mistake. Okay, so the screen width, fine. So this is what is supposed to be. And end product, correct? So this is how. Now let's try to save this. So once you are ready with this entire equation, it's time to save this. So I'm just going to say OK, and the new object name will be projector screen 01. 01 is just because the first step. Later we might redefine this, or we'll keep this and we'll try to change something new. So say OK, and you will see that the prompting was there that your object is ready for getting used, that is embedded in the, it's there in the embedded library. So I'll say OK for this. Let's try to drop this. So I'm going to just go inside my design, and there is an object tool, and you'll see that okay, this is your projector screen 01 is available now, and you can place it as per your required height, as per your choice from the bottom of your floor. And rest of things are almost done. Here the parameters: screen diagonal length, then screen as height to height aspect ratio and width ratio. So these are the three parameters possibly right now which you can edit. I'll just say OK for this, and I'll just place this somewhere. If you want to open and see this into 3D, it is supposed to be in your 3D view. And same way in your elevation, you want to check that this is what is supposed to be in the elevation. Now, if you want to find out, you can use the measure tool also to measure the distance. So from here to here, it is 2400. This is the width and this is the height. So yes, you can put dimensions also directly, no issues about that. So I can just start putting my dimensions. If I want to place the width, I want to place the calculated height. If I want to identify that, or I want to cross check, you can cross check. And even this is also available, which you know very well, like it is supposed to be 2.4 meters. Okay. Now, for some reason you want to check out, like if I want to change this combination, you can just go inside your object tool, and if you want to change the aspect ratio, maybe you want to work for 4 and 3, that is width is say 3 and height is supposed to be 4. It's valid, like you just check out how the object is getting displayed for you. And same diagonal length, we are not changing that. So just say OK, and you just drop the object as per your choice. Again, go to inside the 3D, you will see this is your new object, which you can see that is your new screen. And in the elevation also you'll get that. So if you want to put the dimensions for this, so you can just definitely go and check out that in your documenting the dimension tool. If you check, this diagonal distance is as it is, but your width and the height, surely you will realize the difference. Okay, so that's very interesting. Of course, you can place the radius also if you just want. See, this is how I'm talking about. This is and this radius. Both the radius are they are same, but ultimately how the end product which you have achieved for the screen. So it's very interesting to work with the Paramo and you can achieve such end products. So please try and then follow the next step.